Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, although it's probably not morning or Monday when you're watching this. So, happy day, friends. Today is another vlog day. It is Monday, and I am not ready for the week. Big surprise there. I did a lot of planning for my planning day last week, but then I did kind of just take a lot of this weekend off. I spent a lot of time researching homeschool curriculum, trying to figure out what I want to do for Emma next year. I am all over the place. I thought I had my list of what I wanted to do, and now I've completely shifted things, so it's still up in the air. So I am going to be working on that today, which I will share with you. I would love to do like another sit down planning video for homeschool planning for next year, and I probably will, but right now I really am just trying to figure out what books I want and if it makes sense for me to order them before the new curriculum switches over. It is 8:15. Emma just got up. She's making herself breakfast. Jack and Lucy are upstairs playing. I need to get school started for the day. I actually feel pretty good because I finally decided that we are going to take a week off in March, which we have not done for as long as I can remember. As homeschoolers, we have not taken time off January, February, March, because I typically will go right to the end of our school year. But I'm really feeling like we need a week off. I feel like I need a week to just work on spring cleaning in my house and make sure that I have all of my plans straight for spring homestead projects that we have going on here. And I don't feel like I can do that while simultaneously homeschooling because I just don't have the bandwidth. I am all in on homeschooling most days, and I need to be able to give myself permission to stop homeschooling and stop thinking about homeschooling for a week. And it's hard for me to do that because I'm constantly thinking ahead and trying to make sure that everybody has the right resources and everything. Usually I don't feel the need because we take December off. This year I do feel the need, even though we took December off. So, but I feel good now that I've decided that. It's like a weight lifted off of me instead of thinking, oh, I have all this stuff to do. When am I going to do it? I get to make our schedule, which is one of the beauties of homeschooling. And sometimes I get so wrapped up in the homeschooling that I forget that. So I am going to take a week off. It is going to push our homeschool year out a little bit more into April. That's okay. I will survive. We will survive. We actually have made amazing progress this year and are on track to finish when we're supposed to. So it's honestly not that big of a deal, but it is kind of like I'm at the end of the year and I just want to finish, but that's okay. We can push it off a little bit more. So homeschool is going to start shortly. Jack is going to be working on his Python projects today. I have to write out Emma's Spanish because I'm trying to adjust some of how she does the work, because it's like watch a video, do an exercise, watch a video, do an exercise, watch a video, do 3 exercises. It's not very efficient. So we're trying to have her watch all of the videos first and then going through the exercises with me and then having her homework, which she can do later in the afternoon if she wants. She does have to do it, but she can either do it right then or wait. So I am going to get the kitchen table cleaned off. It is still full of art stuff. I will show you. Our kitchen is a complete disaster right now. I didn't clean up last night, so the kids and Matt were doing a lot of art yesterday, and so I need to clean off the table, a lot of Bob Ross stuff. We still have winter stuff that is dry. We put it on a drying rack when they come in from outside, and so that needs to be hung up in the closet. And then I need to set out books for the day, make sure that everybody has what they need, and then get going. That was a lot.
Well, if I've done half in 5.5 years, I reckon another 5.5. So coming in at 11.
I cleaned up the kitchen. I got laundry in. Emma and Jack did their World Watch, and now Emma is doing Spanish and Jack is doing some of his ELA stuff. We are going to be starting the Arrow for Fish in a Tree today. I just finished reading the book last week with the kids, and I like to read the full book before we start the Arrow. I know that not everybody does it that way. So we are going to start this today, and Emma has a Spanish quiz. Lucy is listening to Pandora. She does not want to start school, but I'm going to get her set up with math and her handwriting. It's 9:30. Did I say that already? It's a good start to the day. It's really sunny, very windy. I have to go to the library and pick up a library book at some point. I will probably do that shortly as soon as they open. I was kind of hoping, I've requested a ton of books and one book has come in. I was hoping that more than one book would come in. I got an email last week about this book being in, so I was hoping that over the weekend I would have maybe 2 or 3 books and not have to make continuous trips to the library, but unfortunately that isn't the case. So I'm going to pick up my one book. Homeschooling High School, I think, is what it is. It's all encompassing, all on my brain right now. Yeah, so I'm going to hopefully do school with Lucy and then run to the library real quick. I'm back from the library. It's 11:10. Took me 20 minutes to find my library card. I thought that it was in my purse. It was not. It was underneath all of the piles of stuff on my desk. So that was annoying. I'll show you the books that I got. So I got this Homeschoolers College Admission Handbook. Obviously, Emma is not quite ready for college yet, but I'd like to be prepared. And then Homeschooling High School is another one, planning ahead for college admissions. I don't know if these books are any good. I've never looked at them before. I haven't looked at many high school homeschool books for ever I really haven't. So I'm gonna go through those. I've got to figure out what I'm going to make for lunch. I think I'm just gonna do some mac and cheese, boxed mac and cheese for the kids, or maybe ham sandwiches, and make myself a salad. I have to print out Emma's quiz for Spanish, and Jack is reading. Lucy is done with her school, so she's watching Tinkerbell, and hopefully after lunch, I can sit down and work on some of the planning that I'm trying to do for classes for next year. I printed out the high school levels from Sonlight, the new curriculum, and then I have my Sonlight catalog for this year's curriculum that hasn't been updated. And then I printed out the first 3 weeks of, what do I have? I have level 230 literature and language arts, which is classical British lit, which I pretty much guaranteed Emma is going to be doing that. Then I printed out the first 3 weeks of the history of the Christian church, which is level 200, and the next level that we would typically be doing. But because I've read some reviews that says it's kind of dry, I don't know if it's what I want to do for Emma next year. Originally, that was what I had planned to do, and then I started reading more about it, and I'm just not sure that she will enjoy it, and I don't want her to be frustrated with a lot of her school. So we may come back to this later after we finish up our general histories that she needs to graduate, or that I want her to have for graduation. So I did print out the 20th century world history. This is level 300, both the literature and the history Bible portion, but I'm not sure she's ready for that. So the other thing that I've been thinking about is I did buy the Apologia Constitutional Literacy course. It's a full year government course when it was on sale at Christian Book. And so we might do that for history next year, which is crazy because it seems really light compared to everything else that I typically have for history. But I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. And I also have to pick out a biology class for Emma. I don't know if I want to do the Apologia third, what is it called? third edition, or if I want to do the second edition, which is the Dr. Weil version. I've heard conflicting information. I want to have something that has the experiments on video because I feel like it's always better to have an accurate experiment video to go along with what Emma is doing rather than us just trying to wing it and hope that we are doing it completely correctly. So there are several different biology classes that I've been looking at, Apologia, BJU, Friendly. I was looking at the Dive biology, and also there was another one, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. So it's a lot of, I'm not a big science person, so. I mean, I liked science when I was growing up, and I actually got like the chemistry award when I was in high school, and I did college chemistry and very successfully. So I really like chemistry, but biology, I'm like, I'm not sure. Too many things to think about. It is about 2 o'clock. We're done with school. The kids are painting right now, and I am sitting down to work through some of the high school stuff that I've been looking at for Emma. I showed you this stuff earlier. These 3-week instructor guide samples from Sonlight. All of the levels of Sonlight have the first 3 weeks of lesson plans and notes, etc. on their website, free to download. And so I'm going to finish going through those. I've gone through most of it, most of the 200. So I do want to go through the 300 levels, the 20th century world history, and see if that's going to be too much for Emma. I'm not sure. I'm also planning on going through this constitutional literacy course that I got. It is a really big workbook with a lot of information and questions in it. It's a year-long program. Most government credits in high school are half-credit programs, but this is a full credit, so I may do that. Sorry, the light is reflecting. I have this DVD that I'm going to go through as well and see how long the lessons are, to see if we do this for next year for Emma instead of a full HBL from Sonlight, which would be very strange because this does not seem, it is a year-long program, but I'm so used to reading 30 books for a level that just having a video course with this is a little crazy to me. I may not think that it is enough for a full credit. I will have to see. They say that it's a full credit. I'm going to go through the book lists that are in this book for age 13 and 14. I'm actually going to just quickly go through and see if we have read any of the books for the other levels. I think that we have read a few. Not that necessarily Emma herself has read them, but I have read them aloud just so I know if I have them in the house. And then I'm going to sit down with Emma and try to pick some of those books. There are also lists of books in this that I'm working through. So there are these sample lists in this Hero Education book, which I'm really enjoying a lot. All of the information in here about learning through discussion and the different levels of discussion, and reading books, writing notes, discussion of the books. It's very similar to what we've been doing with Sonlight for years and years and years, but thinking of it in a high school level is interesting to me. All the information about mentors and being a mentor for your kid, and also finding mentors if you need somebody else for specific things. This has been really, really helpful to me as I've been working through what we're going to do next. I am going to go through these sample lists and compare them to what is in here. I think there will be obviously a lot of overlap, and then see what books are in the literature that I'm thinking of using next year, as well as books that may have been in previous Sonlight levels that we've already done. It shouldn't be so hard. It really shouldn't, but I don't know. I seem to make it pretty complicated. I want to make sure that my kids are getting the best education, and that takes a lot of prep work on my part because every year is new, every kid is different. Even if we're using Sonlight every year, there are different elective courses. We drop and add different books depending on the kid, and that's just how it is. So it's a lot of prep work for me. I am feeling a little bit of pressure because of the sales that are happening right now with Sonlight, and I don't want to miss out on those, especially if I'm going to buy an all subject package, because 30% off is a big discount for my homeschool budget. So that's what I'm working on this afternoon, just trying to get things a little bit straighter than they are at the moment. So that means a lot of lists and making sure that I know which books are the most important for Emma for next year. At this point, I am pretty comfortable with what I have chosen for Jack, because he's going to be doing main studies and also the level H language arts with the reading that goes with level H. And then I will probably pick some arrows and boomerangs and maybe a couple of the slingshot books for Emma, depending on what the selections are, which those don't come out until June, so it's not really something that I need to think about at the moment. That's what my plan is for this afternoon. It's been a good day. I'm excited also to go through those books that I got from the library. Just a lot of thinking, which I do really enjoy doing, and I know a lot of people don't enjoy that kind of stuff, but I love the research. I love to have a plan in place, and I like to lay out several years at once. Like, I will write down several years of what my plan is for Emma through high school. And that doesn't mean that it will stay the same. Obviously it doesn't, because I am going through all of this stuff right now and second guessing what I had already thought that I was going to do for next year. But it just helps me get my head on straight and know where certain things are going to go. Like, I know that she's going to do biology this year, and I know that she's probably going to do chemistry next year, and then she's going to have to decide if she wants to do marine biology. She's really interested in potentially being a vet, and then if she doesn't do that, does she want to do anatomy? Does she want to do physics? We'll see. It's, those are just sciences. And then there's math, algebra 2 next year, and pre-calculus. And then does she want to continue with math? Probably not. Will she have to? Maybe. So I like to just have everything down so I know where we're going. It's been a good day. I feel like we've gotten a lot done. It's been nice and sunny. It's only 10 degrees out this morning. Right now it's like 18, so that's improved, but the kids don't want to go outside, which is why they're painting, and tomorrow I think we're supposed to get more snow. I am going to wrap up the vlog here today. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me as I continuously stress about high school homeschool planning and trying to figure out what the best choices are for my kids for curriculum. If you have questions about anything that I talked about, let me know in the comments, or you can definitely email me. My email is in the description box. I will have links to all of the stuff that I've been talking about in the description box. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks. Bye.